J-type vertical conveyor, because that conveyor can be installed within the diameter of the shaft, unlike the S-type conveyor, which would require surface area to be installed.
How exactly do vertical conveyors convey material? Do they have butts?
The vertical conveyors, whether it is the S-type or the J-type, has a cleat that is mounted to the flat belt, and it is commonly referred to as a bucket. So it does give you a horizontal area with a lip on it, which lifts the material vertically.
In some of our referenced projects, we mentioned a 90% conveyor system availability. What typically accounts for the other 10%?
The other 10%, the downtime that would be attributed to the belt conveyors, what has occurred in the past is belt maintenance itself. Like I said, you have to install and maintain the belt, so that time comes into the other 10%, would be maintaining the belting itself.
What is the maximum angle of incline that can be achieved with a conveyor?
Well, with the vertical conveyor, you can take the material straight up. With a horizontal conveyor, as we had referred to on the upper northwest interceptor, we limited that incline to 12 degrees. The rule of thumb for a horizontal belt conveyor is not to go above 18 degrees inclination. At the Robbins Company, we try to limit that and keep it as low as possible. And to my knowledge, we have not taken the conveyor to 18 degrees. You will have rollback of material and water if you have any water on the belt. If you go to 18 degrees, it's gonna come back very quickly. It's going to wash material off of the belt. So for the most part, we try to stay below 12 degrees inclination.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question. What are the limitations of curve idlers? How tight can a turn be, and how many turns can there be in one system?
It's a difficult question to answer, because not only does it depend on the radius, but it depends on the length through the curve, and it depends on the tensions that you're going to see through the curve. At the Robbins Company, we do a complete evaluation of the system just as it is going to be built. So we analyze the conveyor when it is very short, and we build it just as it will actually be mined. But to answer your question, we have negotiated curves as tight as 600-foot radius. Is that the last question?
Yeah, I think that's all we have time for, but we will get copies of all of your questions, and we'll be answering them after the presentation. And again, if you're interested, there'll be a recording of this webinar available at tunnelingjournal.webex.com.
All right. I'd just like to thank everyone for attending, and I hope everyone got something from from today's webinar, and we'll be available to answer any questions and to hopefully